I got a problem with my lawnmower. Last time I was mowing, I was just right in the middle of getting close to fixing up, and the wheel just kind of went crazy on it. There was no control, no ability to drive it back. And so what happens, and you see this quite a bit on these style lawnmowers, the little rod here came loose. You know, it looks like you could just stick it back in the hole there and it would stay. And it does for a second, but the minute there's any pressure on it, it just pops right off. So what we're gonna do, we ordered a new replacement one on Amazon. We're gonna walk through that real quick, how to get it off and replace it. I mean, obviously replacing this side right here, it's really easy. It's just removing that bolt, the bolt right there. But it's a little bit of a pain to get this one off. And if you look on other YouTube channels, most of the people have you taking the gas tank out, taking quite a bit of the the mower apart there to get to it. Last time I did one of these, I kind of found a way to do it without having to remove all that. Now this is not going to be the certified way, the correct way to do it, but it is a way to get it done without having to take apart as much of the mower and get you back mowing really quickly. But just like everything on my channel, you know, do any of this at your own discretion. You know, if you're not 100% comfortable doing what I'm doing, or comfortable with it, you know, if it's going to last or be good for the mower, take it to a professional and let them do it. But this seemed to work for me last time. Now if the other side has broken and need replacement, I'm going to do the same thing again. So hopefully this will save you a little bit of time. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the deck off. It may not be 100% necessary for this, but it definitely will give you a little bit better access. Plus I need to go ahead, and while I'm going through this process, I should go ahead and clean the deck up and probably go ahead and sharpen the blade. So I'm going to do that as part of this too. And if you're looking to take the deck off and you don't know how to do it, at least for this particular Craftsman, which is made by Husqvarna, I've got another video. I'll put a link up here that you can go see how to take it off. They're pretty easy. Just remove a few pins and kind of watch out for the blade engagement cable, and it's pretty easy to take off and put back on. So I probably wouldn't be too scared to do that, you know. But again, if you are, feel free to take it somewhere and have a professional look at it for you. All right, well now I've got it, got the mower deck off. I'm gonna remove this side panel. Now you can see, maybe, get that kind of out of the way. It's down in here is the top part of that. So we're going to try to clean as much of this off as we can so we can get to it. Like I say, the instructions I saw on other YouTube channels, which again, I'm not arguing it's the right way to do it. They were coming in here and taking all this apart. And I believe they even got this little panel out. I mean, it was crazy all the stuff they were doing to be able to get to this thing. So last time I had to replace one of these. On the other side, I figured out there's a little cap. Let me show you what this cap looks like. Because they sent a new one here, so there's a cap in there. You can't not, with the cap, you couldn't get a wrench on it to hold it so you could loosen it up from the bottom. That was the problem I was having. Or I guess you loosen the bolt from the top, but I couldn't get anything on it. So what I ended up doing from last time is I ended up getting under there, because you can see the bottom of the cap. I'll move the camera down there in a second. You can get to the bottom of this, and I just started breaking it away as I could and broke the whole cap off. Because again, I don't care. I just wanted access to that bolt. And then once I had this thing broken away, I was able to get access to the bolt and loosen it up. Didn't have to take out the gas tank. Didn't have to disconnect the steering, linkage, do all the stuff that they were doing in that video that just seemed like it was going to take a lot of time. Again, may not be the right way to do it, but it's what I did. Let me see if I can get a camera under there to kind of show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here's under the mower. You see, here's the linkage itself. And here, I'm dropping crap all over the place. Here is the little plastic piece right here I was talking about. So last time I was able to break that plastic piece away, and that let me get a wrench from the top down and hold the bolt to undo it. And that was about the only way, because you can get a little wrench around this part. You can get it on there, but you got to get that little plastic piece off first, because then you can hold it from the top. All right, and here is the replacement piece. There we go, if I put it the right way. That one's gonna go up there, this one's gonna go right here, and that goes right up on that side, and then this one goes right here. It's just a matter of getting this little bolt off of right here is the problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can pull that off and show you kind of what I did last time. All right, so I ended up putting this on ramps. I could have got to it fine, I think, but I believe on ramps I may be able to get a little bit better footage of what I'm doing. So let me get under here and I'll kind of talk you through what I'm about to do. So you can see right here, change the lens a little bit. Okay, there's the plastic piece up here is what I'm about to try to take out. You can see on this other one over here, maybe you can see, there is no plastic piece. I broke that away when I replaced that one last year. So now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to get a screwdriver up in there, and then I'm going to kind of just start breaking it away. I'm going to get a hammer if I have to get under it and make that plastic pop off of there. Let me set the camera away a little bit, see if you can see it, hopefully. All right, we'll see if you can see that. Again, same just like before, I'm gonna push a screwdriver up in there and just start working on that plastic piece, trying to break it apart, and it already broke just from that little bit. And I'm just gonna make it where that whole plastic piece is exposed, and comes right off of there. Again, not the right way to do it. I just did not want to spend as much time as it would have taken to do it the right way. So, you know, want to do it the right way when you can do it the way I'm doing it. And that's it. The whole plastic piece came off, and now it's not easy, but you will be able to at least get something around the top bolt, and you can loosen it, the one down here, and get this off. Again, I'm sure there's a reason behind the engineering of putting these on here, but my guess is the engineers at Husqvarna Craftsman knew they wouldn't be doing this work, so they didn't care, because it is definitely not easy to get these off. All right, and again, these still kind of hold in here. I mean, this plate's going to hold it where it needs to go. It's not like these are just going to fall out or anything because they don't have these plastic covers on them. Okay, now we want to get this where it's as far, if we turn the wheel all the way to the left, it's going to force this little thing to be available right inside that. You can almost see it. Let me see if I can make it zoom in there. You can almost see it move. As I turn the wheel, you see it's kind of moving in there a little bit. Now, you can't really see it, but that will make it where you can stick a wrench with an extension on there and be able to get down in there and hold one end of it. I'm going to try to figure out how to film this. It is a 1/2 inch wrench. You may have to lift this, and then the 1/2 inch wrench will just go right on the bottom part to hold it together. And then let me just go grab the piece for the top side. And it's a 9/16 from the top. So I'm going to take that off for a second. I need to go ahead and turn the wheel as far left as I can get it to move this forward. And then I'm going to try to get the 1/2 inch in there. It's very hard to see this when I'm up top. It's down low. Okay, so I got the 1/2 inch on there. And then I'm going to see if I can fish this down in here and find the there we go. So I dropped a socket, 9/16 socket with an extension in there, and it's almost too long, but works out. And now takes a little bit to get it going. We're going to loosen this all the way up. And that 1/2 inch wrench down there is holding it, keeping that from spinning. And I'm just removing the little bolt on the top here. And not quite enough. I thought I had it out of there. If I can find it again. There we go. That is it. It's off now. All right. So let's look at the two here. So here's the original piece, and here's the replacement. So right off the bat, one thing the replacement does that the original did not is it gives you a little bit of flexibility. Like with the original one, it's just going to go in there and keep your wheels wherever it wants to, right? And mine were actually, I think they were a little bit bowed out, which is likely for me running into too much stuff. But with the new one here, you can actually loosen it and make it, you know, longer to help pull everything in, or you can do it the other way and get it out. So I'm gonna have to play with that in a little bit and see. But now I want to go ahead and get the part replaced. So this is probably the most difficult part, is sticking this up in there and then trying to get the washer and the nut on there. That's the part I had the most trouble with out of the whole thing. It's not that difficult, but it is a little bit of a pain. So let's go ahead and try to get that in. And it's still a pain. And it's even worse because I can't really see in there very good. Move this out of the way so I'm not blocking your view the entire time, maybe. I think maybe last time I was able to get it from underneath easier than from up above, at least for the washer. Yep, that was much easier. Just kind of sticking it in the sticking it around there and getting it on with my fingers. That's going to be difficult to get that down in there, I guarantee you. All right, I took a piece of double-sided tape, you probably can't see it, stuck it down in the socket, and then stuck it on the stuck the nut in there. And now I just got to get it on there, see if I can find it enough to get it on there and start tightening. As long as I can get it started, I can tighten it with a socket, but I just got to be able to get it started. All right, well, looks like the minute I turn the camera off, I got it finally. And I happened to be able to drop it right on it, and it just set right on there this time. All right, so anyway, probably the most difficult part of the entire thing, but not too bad considering. Now get the 1/2-inch wrench again and put down here just to Alrighty. Now we just got to do the front part, but that's the easy piece of this. All right, now we're going to remove the front part. You know, you may just have to kind of turn the wheel where you can get to it, and that is a 9/16 socket. And I'm going to have to hold it just like I did the other with 1/2 inch maybe. Yep. Okay. Get that off. Then we're going to loosen this guy. And the washer. And we're going to have to adjust the wheel to make it, or turn this a little bit, either way. Half-inch, and then tighten it with this guy. That actually looks pretty close.